and welcome to Brand X Reviews. Firstly, apologies that I haven't done any videos for the last couple of weeks. I've been very busy, so I just want to do this video as a quick catch-up, just to kind of show where we are with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because there's recently been an official announcement of the plot synopsis of Captain America Civil War, which is effectively Captain America 3. Now, it's hard to kind of grasp the continuity for some people anyway with these, because the traditional sense of continuity between sequels is kind of out the window with these Marvel films, because usually with film series, particularly superhero ones, you've just got like, I don't know, Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, simple, easy to follow. Now with a Marvel film, it's kind of different because they all kind of cross over and stuff, so this film, Captain America Civil War, is the third Captain America film. If you don't count the Avengers, you had Captain America First Avenger, then Captain America Winter Soldier, then Captain America Civil War. But kind of between those, you've got the Avengers films as well. So this film, Civil War, Captain America Civil War, which is out in May 2016, isn't a sequel to the Winter Soldier film, Captain America 2, as such. Well, it is, but it's not directly following on from that. It's following on more directly from Avengers Age of Ultron. I'm sure most people can follow that anyway, but to those that can't, there it is, the best I can explain it. But fundamentally, it follows on directly from Avengers Age of Ultron, which is out next month. Well, it is in the UK anyway, it's out in April. It's May 1st in America. Why? I don't know. I'm not arguing, I'm from Britain, so we get it first. Sorry about that, guys, it does suck, I understand. But, as I say, the plot synopsis has been officially announced, and it doesn't really confirm anything we didn't already know, but it's nice to kind of see it written down. So here it is. It's one paragraph. Following the events of Age of Ultron, the collective governments of the world pass an act designed to regulate all superhuman activity. This polarises opinion amongst the Avengers, causing two factions to side with Iron Man or Captain America, which causes an epic battle between former allies. Now, there's misconceptions about this, because people are kind of thinking, well, does this mean that Iron Man is going to be evil, that he's going to be the bad guy, that he's going to turn to the dark side? No, it doesn't really. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. has even said, I'm not the bad guy in this film. I think it's more complicated than that. You're going to see where both sides are coming from, Captain America's side and Iron Man's side. I'll get into the specifics of it, but you can see parallels in real life, because, say, for example, just because two people disagree over an issue that is one to do with real bad stuff, people dying, freedom and all that, doesn't mean either one side is evil or either side is good. You can have two very good people arguing about this stuff and fundamentally coming from two very different points. So take, for example, the invasion of Iraq in 2003 massively polarised people amongst each other. We're not talking about the people versus politicians, we're talking about family members arguing amongst each other. Some people thought it was justified to invade that country, other people didn't. I know I didn't, but that was just me. But again, there were people that equally did, and I fell out with people over this, and I got called a traitor and all this stuff. So that's a real world example. So with this film that they're doing, you're going to have two ideals, but held by two good guys. Now that ideal is this, and this is where it's coming from, because as I say, a lot of people don't understand it. You're going to have Iron Man, who in Avengers Age of Ultron, I know there's more to it than this, I know it kind of goes back further than this, but he effectively creates Ultron, and a lot of people are going to die as a result of that. There's even a theory that War Machine, James Rhodes, played by Don Cheadle, that's Tony Stark's friend, the one that's got the other Iron Man costume with the machine gun on the shoulder and stuff, if you don't know who that is. He's in Age of Ultron. There's a theory that he's going to get killed in this. It's not based on anything other than just the fact that he's in it, and it kind of makes sense for them to kill off, for there to be some collateral damage, basically. But they'd have to be somebody. They're not going to kill off Thor, for example, but they might kill off a more minor character like War Machine. And it kind of makes sense for Tony Stark's state of mind, because we know he's going to be... his head is going to be an absolute mess after what he's done, after he's created Ultron, all the people that died. If they kill off War Machine as well, that's going to be another kind of casualty in his corner that he's going to be carrying a lot of guilt for. But because of this, because of what he did, he's a superhero. He created Ultron, so it kind of backfired. It was something that the government is gonna say is going to blame superheroes in general and just say, look, you guys, what you've been doing, we appreciate what you've been trying to do, but you're just more trouble than you're worth. If you're going to carry on doing what you're doing, you need to register with the government. You need to be regulated by the government as well. That's where this film's kind of coming from, Civil War, in the aftermath of Age of Ultron. Now, Iron Man, Tony Stark, is going to put his hands up and say, yeah, I agree with you. I'm a superhero. My actions led to a lot of people's deaths. So I'm on your side, government. I'm going to, rally for your campaign here. And just, say to all the other superheroes out there, look, I'm in support of this. You're going to have to join me too. You're going to have to join the government because what I did in particular, led to a lot of people getting killed. Makes sense. How is he the bad guy there? This is how he's kind of the bad guy. Depending if you're on Captain America's side, Iron Man is effectively the bad guy there because Captain America's point is going to be, well, hang on a minute, Iron Man, are you saying that you want the government, the same government that was taken over by Hydra, to regulate us, the good guys, the heroes, and to control us? Are you nuts? So you can kind of see where this is going, and you can see both points of view on this. So it does have parallels in the real world, like I say, and interestingly, the graphic novel that it's based on, the Civil War graphic novel, which I say it's a graphic novel, I read it in graphic novel format, but I think it was like a dozen or so issues of individual comics put together as a storyline. But they came out in 2006, which was a few years after 9/11. It was a couple of years after the invasion of Iraq, when basically after 9/11 happened, the American government just kind of turned to the American people and said, you are all suspects, kind of thing. And just went on the rampage. I mean, a lot of people, myself included, would say that was why 9/11 happened. So to justify the American government doing that and, problem, reaction, solution, all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of where the Civil War graphic novel is kind of, it's a story of those times post 9/11, which is now over 10 years ago. Well, 9/11 was over 10 years ago, but the graphic novel was nearly 10 years ago, so it's out of that era. So it's interesting in a historical context to see this film, to see what it's based on, how it kind of fits in with the modern day as well. So it's going to be interesting to see that film when it comes out. I'm looking forward to that film more than I am Age of Ultron, to be honest. There's going to be a lot of characters in it as well. It was recently confirmed that Jeremy Renner's character Hawkeye, Clinton Barton, is going to be in Civil War as well. Just like Black Widow, played by Scarlett Johansson, was in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. They're going to kind of borrow, it's not just going to be Captain America and Iron Man. You're going to have other characters as well. So I don't know how many others on top of that are going to be in this. I understand that Black Widow isn't going to be in the Civil War film. I don't know where the Hulk's going to be amongst all this, but I think by the end of Age of Ultron, we're probably going to see more of where that film's going to lead into. I think that's going to be the tone at the end of Age of Ultron. It's definitely going to be kind of starting off the situation of the superhero registration act, or whatever you want to call it. But it's going to be interesting to see. So like I say, it's not going to be Iron Man is the bad guy as such. It's going to be these two sides. Iron Man saying that the superheroes need to register with the government, be regulated by the government. Captain America saying the government can't be trusted. They've already been taken over by Hydra. We're not having any of it, and they're just going to fight over it, basically. I'm thinking at the end of the film they're going to kind of come together for the common good. They're going to find a way of, going full circle with it, I guess. Because I don't think this is a storyline that they're going to string out over the Phase 3 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think that's going to pretty much be it. I do understand that they are introducing Black Panther in this film, and they're also going to be having Spider-Man, interestingly, as well. A lot of people I've spoken to about this don't even know that Spider-Man's coming into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Jesus, that's like a massive story. How can people have missed this? What were you doing? Were you like reading like newspapers and like important stuff or something? What the hell? Yeah, Spider-Man's going to be hopefully in the Civil War film, because we know Marvel has done a deal with Sony. Sony owned the license to Spider-Man movie movie rights. But Sony haven't been doing a very good job with those rights. I mean, I didn't mind the Amazing Spider-Man films, but they performed pretty badly. And Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the least successful superhero film of last year, from what I understand. It was my least favourite that I saw as well. And I did like it. I still liked it, but just the others were definitively better. So what Sony's doing is they're lending Spider-Man a new Spider-Man. Sadly, they're getting rid of Andrew Garfield. They're going to have a new Spider-Man introduced in, I believe, Captain America Civil War, and then that Spider-Man is going to have his own film with Sony that Sony do, and the Marvel's going to lend some of their characters from the Marvel Cinematic Universe into that Sony film. So they are crossing over, which is great, because Spider-Man in the Civil War graphic novel was a fundamental character to the story, because in the graphic novel it was based on part of the Registration Act was you had to reveal your identity, your secret identity, which again was a fundamental issue. So they can't really do that in the films as it stands now, because all of the superheroes, they don't have secret identities. People know who they all are, so that's not where they're going with the film. That's one thing they're kind of ditching with the comics when they do the films. But having said that, if he's got Spider-Man in, they could go in that route with him. I mean, he would be one of the few superheroes that has a secret identity. Black Panther doesn't have a secret identity. People know that he is T'Challa, the character from Wakanda. So I don't see them really going with that in the films. But who knows? They might have some other characters running about by then. We'll see where it goes. It's all very interesting. Like I say, I'm looking forward to the Civil War film more than I am Age of Ultron, which I'm bloody looking forward to. Tickets are booked for that one. I'm going to see that in 3D and IMAX, so I'm going to be doing a review of that the day it comes out. So check back at brandxreviews.com shortly after the 23rd of April. If you're in America, like I say, you're not getting Age of Ultron until the 1st of May, from what I understand, which I don't understand why they do that. I mean, I appreciate that we get it in Britain first, but it's unfair because it's an American film. Americans should get it first. I do agree with that. But anyway, that's the way it is. So I'll be doing a review, non-spoiler and then spoiler presumably. I'm also going to be reviewing this Avengers Age of Ultron prelude graphic novel, which if you've seen my other reviews at brandxreviews.com, you will have seen the reviews of all of the preludes. Now these are Marvel Cinematic Universe official tie-in comics. That what that means is these are comics that are set in continuity, sort of in canon with the films. So whereas Marvel comics, just kind of what the films are based on, these are actually set to fit with the films. There's only a limited number of them, but they've pretty much done one for every film. There are a couple of exceptions, but I think maybe Incredible Hulk is the only exception, the 2008 film. They've done a comic for every film that's come out to tie in with that film. It's called a prelude. So they've done this. This is brand new. This came in the post this morning. I've pre-ordered it off Amazon, so it's not massively available yet. I haven't read it yet, so I can't really go into any more detail. But I'm going to review that probably the next video that I put up. So check that out at brandxreviews.com. I pretty much rambled on, so I hope that kind of answers some of the questions about the Civil War film, where they're going with it and stuff. So if you check back, brandxreviews.com, as I keep saying, is the website. You can subscribe to us on YouTube, you can like our Facebook page, but if you go to the website, it's all accessible through there, through the social media archive. So for now, I'm going to leave it there and say thank you very much for watching. Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Just so you know, for more news, reviews and retrospectives, you can like our page on Facebook, simply called Brand X Reviews. But as well as that, you can also subscribe to us on YouTube via this video. You can also bookmark our website, which is brandxreviews.com, which is pretty much a central hub for everything that I've just mentioned. So check that out and we will see you next time. Thank you very much.